Hello and welcome to another StarCraft 2 co-op video. Today we're going to learn how and when to use the doubled Outlaw discount trick. The double Outlaw discount trick is a little bug where you can pay the discounted price of 500 minerals, 100 gas for the first and second Outlaws instead of just the first one. To do this, you need to put 30 points in Outlaw availability and have at least 1000 minerals and 200 gas at 5 minutes and 30 seconds. Technically, you can do this without using the Outlaw Availability Mastery, but you actually lose more by waiting so long to get your Outlaws. The benefit of this trick is that you save 500 minerals and 100 gas without sacrificing much. There are some drawbacks though. You will have less firepower from 3 minutes to 5 minutes and 30 seconds. You might mess up and end up just wasting time. Also, some people consider this bug abuse and frown on it. To do this, press the 2 Outlaw keys at the same time when you see the third Outlaw icon pop up at the top at 5:30. Personally, I look at the keyboard and say the keys I'll press out loud so there's less chance of messing up. Let's cancel those. It's EA. EA. What can you afford before 5:30? Quite a lot. 2 E-bays with +1 weapon and armor, 1 medevac platform, 2 outlaw structures. As for your economy, you can have 35 SCVs, your Expo CC, and 1 Expo gas. When should you do this? Pretty much whenever you can. That means that as long as there isn't a condition that discourages this, you should always do this. You should not do this when you need the extra firepower in the early game. If you need an extra outlaw to clear the Expo, then you should get that outlaw. If you can clear the Expo with Tychus alone, then you can do this trick. If you need the outlaw to clear the Expo for your ally, it's better to just get the outlaw than wait. You should also not do this trick if you need firepower in the late game as well. The extra 15% from the Tri-Outlaw bonuses might be helpful. It's basically another weapon upgrade for the guns and another armor upgrade for the muscles. An easy way to determine whether or not to do this trick is to see if any of these mutators are active. Against rifts and reanimators, you need to cover multiple areas before 5:30, so don't wait until then to recruit your second outlaw. Against killbots, you want serious ASAP to feed turrets. You probably shouldn't wait against outbreak and props because you'll probably need to defend home while pushing out with Tychus. Against heroes, you want more outlaws and firepower, especially if you have to deal with Tychus and Dahaka at around 5 minutes. You'll most likely need detection for We Move Unseen. Against Minesweeper, you want to clear the mines with Sirius as soon as you can. Against Missile Command, getting a second outlaw will save you a lot of repair money, especially if it's Sirius. Against Laser Drill, you want a second outlaw to split the damage, and Sirius's turret can also tank the laser for a bit. Against Avenger, Just Die, and Transmutation, you don't necessarily need the extra firepower in the early game, but you might want the extra damage or HP from the Tri-Outlaw upgrades. It's good to know what's happening at around 5:30 to see if you can afford to wait until then to get your outlaws. It's generally good to do the trick on these maps because nothing much is going on, so you can save money by just waiting until 5:30 before getting down to business. On Void Launch and RTK, the 5-minute wave is almost at the main. You can take it out with just Tychus or get the buff right before they reach the ramp. On Void Thrashing, the first Thrasher should be dead and you're just waiting for the next wave. On Temple, you're waiting for the 6-minute hybrid wave. On Lock and Load, the enemies have just captured the middle lock if you haven't moved out. You can get the outlaws, then take it back. Otherwise, you're just waiting for the next wave. This map can be cleared really fast though, so you'll be slowing yourself down by waiting. On Mal Warfare, the second terminal's waves are about to come. The Expo is very sparsely defended, so Tychus can clear it easily by himself. For these maps, you might not want to use the trick. On MO, the second wave of the first spot has spawned. Most of the time, Tychus can defend it alone, but you might want a second outlaw earlier to help out. On OE, the first train will be near the left main. You may want to clear the escorts and start attacking the train earlier, but it's not really necessary. On Dead of Night, you will have defeated the first wave of Special Infested and the gathering of Infested Marines will attack soon. If the first Special Infested is a choker, you'll need help. For these next few maps, don't do the trick if it means delaying the Expo. If Tychus can clear a contested Expo alone, then wait until 5:30 to get your outlaws, but if he can't, don't do the trick. On Cradle, you should have cleared the first area by 5:30 and you're just waiting for the 6-minute wave. Having a second outlaw means being able to clear this area faster. On PNP and VP, you'll be waiting for the next attack wave. On Chain, the 5-minute escort wave will be in the center. On Scythe of Amon, you'll be waiting for the 7-minute wave. There's only one map that you might not want to do this on, and that's Minor Evacuation. Tychus might get overwhelmed by the infested, especially if they're buffed or produce effects upon death. At 5:30, the second Nidus will pop up if the first ship is at the expo, and the Banshees will pop up soon if it's one of the other ships. Practice this trick until you get the hang of it. Try it out on various maps versus different mutators, and you'll get a better idea of when you can and can't go for it. And that's it for this lesson. Like and subscribe if you learned something useful. Thanks to all the YouTube members who are supporting me. If you would like to join, check out the link in the description. And while you're here, why don't you check out some of my other guides that are on the screen? See you there.